So this is the first part of a speaker series highlighting the work of people of color in the Capoeira community who have kept the revolutionary spirit of Capoeira alive and are teaching within the context of anti-racism and liberatory practices.
The origination of my Capoeira group began at CUNY Homes. If you are familiar with these terms, geographically, suddenly, it is because this is the place that George Floyd was from. I was on that basketball court in the middle of this apartment complex 4 years prior to me thinking that, hey, maybe Capoeira might actually be really cool here. I got a hold of a couple of kids that I knew from the community from some of the programming I did, and they started like kind of hanging out with me and talking. And then one day, a few of the guys playing basketball on the other side of the court, especially this one particularly tall fellow, walked over and said, "What are you doing?" That was Big George. 3 really distinct questions that I remember. And he was like, "Are you taking the kids anywhere?" And I was like, "No, we train on the basketball court right here." "Is it free?" "Yeah, it's free. If they live in CUNY, they train for free." "All right." He said, "Okay, do you take bad kids?" And I was like, "They're the first ones I take." He was one of the people that vouched for me being there, and he would say, "No, she's cool. Yeah, you can send your kids over there." You know, he tossed us water bottles when we were training in the summertime because it's like 103 degrees in the shade. You know, what does it mean to have Capoeira in this space? It is a really cool way of building like pride and self-confidence. These kids have this outlet with people who look like them, and the heroes in these tales look like them. They understand because these are a result of oppression. That's how this art was born, and oppression is something they face every single day. Dysregulation is a psychological and physiological of unprocessed trauma experience. I think that's a pretty basic way of expressing brain is scrambled because X, Y, and Z just happened, and I can't process it, so I am shutting down. Shutdown looks different for a lot of people. Some people shut down by going inward. They stop talking. You'll find this very reminiscent of the beginning bouts of depression. Outward expressions of it could range from anything like harsh words, rough body posture and languaging, obstinance when it comes to direct instruction, you know, physical manifestations of space.
What people of color have gone through in this country, you can't extract being a person of color from experiencing trauma. So it's not surprising in any way that if you're trying to do work specifically with youth of color, you're gonna run into a lot of trauma.
What has happened in Third Ward organically is something that has had a profound impact on me as a person and on the people that I've had the pleasure of being a part of their lives their way. We're just gonna keep on doing life together.
Yeah.
That's what we got. We will retain our humanity even in times where humanity feels lost.